In this video, we shall be comparing the specifications of Google's Nexus 5 with the Amazon Fire Phone. So what's the reason for this video? At hardware level, both the phones have very similar specs. When it comes to services, Google and Amazon are doing very different things, which of course will be carried over to the phones. One of the reasons why Google launched the Nexus program was to give users the pure Android experience and to get the updates directly from Google as soon as they're available. The Google Play Store is part of the Google ecosystem, but it is not necessarily exclusive to Nexus. Speaking of Google ecosystem, it's one of those things that we rely upon like second nature. A lot of the time we are using things that we don't even know that Google is involved in the process. And the seamless transition between desktop and mobile devices with Google Apps is really cutting into Microsoft's Office market share as well. Google Maps has pretty much made the old printed street directories obsolete, and Google My Business service is pushing out things like the Yellow Pages, the old-fashioned fat paper-based business directory. Good riddance. As far as services go, Amazon has its own significance. It is easily the world's largest online mega mall. It is estimated that in total there are over 243 million items for sale. The experience of listening to a book is almost as good as reading one. For audiobooks, Audible has made its way to number 1, surpassing iTunes. Amazon Prime brings in a lot by itself as well, such as Prime Instant Video, Prime Music, Kindle Owner's Lending Library, video downloads to go, and of course the 2-day shipping and more. There's plenty to be spoken about Amazon Prime. So that was the overview of the services provided by Google and Amazon. Of course, the total depth of the services they provide goes a lot longer than that. And the point here is that both Google and Amazon is bringing their services in their own ways to the mobile platform in order to make it more accessible and thus have a greater market reach. Right, let's compare the specifications. Now the information that I am using is all provided officially. After the Fire Phone is released, there will be more information available, but let's go with what we have now. From the top, the size of the phones are very much similar, except the Fire Phone is slightly taller and narrower, yet Nexus 5 is slight touch a bit slimmer. With regards to the CPU, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 is a proven chip. Lots and lots of flagship phones have used this. It is a quad-core CPU clocked at 2.2 GHz. It comes bundled with the Adreno 330 GPU. There is no dispute in relation to the performance of the Snapdragon 800 chip. However, the newer 801 chip is out. The total amount of RAM used is equal at 2 GB. Next, the screen. Over here, Nexus 5 is using 4.95-inch screen, which is bigger than the 4.7-inch that the Fire Phone is using. Also, the resolution is higher one step. Fire Phone is using a 720p screen and Nexus 5 has Full HD 1080p. In this case, the Fire Phone is a step back into the Nexus 4 territory. Moving on to the camera, the Fire Phone appears to be better on paper, just by the count of pixels. 13 megapixels as opposed to 8 and 2.1 for the front as opposed to 1.3. Both phones takes videos at Full HD 1080p at 30 frames per second, but the Fire Phone only has a 720p display, so the point of taking a 1080p video is somewhat lost. With regards to audio, the Fire Phone has a stereo speaker system as opposed to Nexus having just one speaker. The battery is also a little bit bigger at 2400 mAh. Wireless charging is not mentioned with the Fire Phone, but Nexus 5 does have that feature. The USB 2.0 port is Slim port enabled in Nexus 5, however it is not mentioned in the Fire Phone. Beyond that, everything else is about equal up to Bluetooth, where in Fire Phone the specification specifically says that it does not support low energy, whilst Nexus 5 does. Next, of course, is the dynamic perspective, which is one of the selling points for the Fire Phone, and obviously Nexus 5 does not have that. Beyond that, all the sensors are pretty much equal, except they name it differently, such as magnetometer, and in Nexus side it's Hall effect sensor, and barometer in one end and pressure sensor on the other. They're same thing. Everything else is pretty much equal. So that was the quick comparison between the Nexus 5 and the upcoming Amazon Fire Phone. It seems that the Fire Phone brings in some new technologies and service offerings and convenience for shoppers, but at the same time brings in some older technologies at flagship price. It will be interesting to see how the market responds. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. What you liked or disliked about this video, please make sure to leave a note on the comment section below. And also please make sure to subscribe in order to stay updated with our latest upcoming videos. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.